When you're creating a kitchen extract post-clean verification report, otherwise known as a PCVR report, you have the option to enter TR19 recommendations for the grease buildup and when the next clean should be. So there are two ways you can do this, two methods that are outlined in the TR19 standard. The TR19 standard, by the way, is a standard that is produced by BESA, so please go check that out if you are interested. So the two methods that you can use are either initial clean or predictive accumulation. Initial clean is the method you would use in the absence of data to actually know what the daily micron accumulation range is. So if you're cleaning the kitchen extract systems in a building for the first time, then BESA suggests you can use their initial clean method. Let's go ahead and see how that works. So I'm going to tick this option here to include the TR19 recommendations on the report. Next you can see we have the method, so let's choose initial clean. Now for initial clean, it's broken into two different things. What is the perceived level of grease production? And you can see here as I select the different options, the little hint underneath will tell me exactly what that means. Next we need to enter the daily usage, so we can put in the hourly usage of the kitchen. So I'm going to say 6 to 12 hours for this one and press save. Now let's take a look at the report. So here you can see the TR19 recommended cleaning frequency has been added to this report. Had I not ticked that box to include it, this wouldn't be included. And you can see here it's suggesting every 6 months for the cleaning frequency. It's working that out based on the initial clean method, and we can actually see the method being used if we click here. So you can see we entered medium for the perceived level of grease production and 6 to 12 hours for the daily usage. Therefore this cell's been highlighted. So that is the initial clean method. What about the predictive accumulation? Let's take a look. I'm going to head back over to the dashboard, open up the TR19 recommended cleaning frequency section. I'm going to change this now to predictive accumulation. So now we have one of two options. We can select automatic if you want to put in the last clean date and have the system work out the daily accumulation based on that. Alternatively, you can select manual and select from the drop down if you know what the daily accumulation is. So I'm going to select manual and I'm going to say save. If I head back over here, you can see we're no longer using the initial clean method. We're actually using this one, and you can see this row has been highlighted to match the values we put in. So let's scroll back up to the start. And you can see this is basically just showing the information that we've put in. Had we selected the automatic option, so for example, if I go back in here, change this to automatic, it's going to be presented slightly differently. So I'm going to put in 1 year ago, hit save, head back over to the report, and you can see now we have this extra bit of information. So this is how the accumulation is being worked out. So it's still using that same method, however the workings are included below. Because we selected last year as the clean date, it's actually recommending every 4 months as the cleaning frequency. So the reason that this is saying every 4 months is because the days between clean is 365, and based on the thickness that has accumulated over time, it's saying that it's a 1.5 micron daily accumulation. So those are the two TR19 methods you can use to calculate the cleaning frequency within your reports. To recap, this particular template uses the TR19 standard as a baseline. If you work to a different standard, please let us know. We might be able to create a bespoke template for you or to follow the standard that you use.